Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, I am doing an updated what is on my iPhone on my new iPhone XS Max. I do about one of these a year because I get a new phone about once a year. Don't judge me. So because there's a lot on my phone and you guys know I talk a lot, let's get into it. So I wanted to do a what is on my iPhone video, but I also wanted to bring you guys some apps that I feel might be helpful if you are a creator, so make sure to pay attention for those. But let's get on to the point of the video. This is my new phone. This is the iPhone XS Max. Here is my wallpaper there. Can you see it? That I found on Google. Now let me just pop the phone up here and get started. Again, so there is my wallpaper. Now when you swipe up, this is what you're going to see. This is the homepage. Everything is on the homepage because if it's not, I'm going to go crazy. I also got my wallpaper on Google, so let me know if you guys want either of those photos and I'll post them on Twitter. But everything is in a folder, and just jumping into the first one, it's called Mornings because these are the apps that I use in the morning. So I have Step Out 2, which is an app that you have to pay for. Basically, it's pretty much an alarm app, but it's a pretty physical alarm. It does not shut off until you get up and walk around either 10 steps or 20 steps, but I don't use it as an alarm clock because I have Sleep Cycle. And with Sleep Cycle, it pretty much, there's last night's? Yeah, today's Friday. There's last night's tracking of my sleep there, and it pretty much tells you, when you're in your deepest layer of sleep and all that other stuff throughout the night. And it determines all that, it goes through all that and then determines when to wake you up based on what it analyzes. So what I would suggest with this app is if you know that here it says 9:30 because I stayed up listening to Carter 5, so I knew I was not going to wake up at the normal time that I usually wake up, so I told it to wake me up at 9:30. But if you know you don't want to wake up earlier than 9:30, don't set it for 9:30 because this is going to wake you up between 9 a.m. and 9:30. So if you know you would rather wake up between 9:30 and 10, set it for 10 because then it'll wake you up between that time, if that's making sense. You see where it says wake up between? Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time that I used this app, so I set it for 8:30 and it woke me up at like 7:59. And I was just like, what is going on right now? So this is what I use as my alarm clock right now, and I only keep Step Out 2 because 1, I paid for it, and 2, it does have this option of playing nature sounds, so that is what I go to sleep to instead of TV because I don't watch TV. So next to Sleep Cycle, I have Headspace, and if you have the Calm app, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like a meditating, help you with anxiety, focus, sleep, all that other stuff. I don't think I'm logged in, so I'm not sure if it'll open right now. And then I have the Bible app. It's a Bible app. It's pretty much the Bible in app form. I showed you guys my devotional at the beginning of the year, and every day it has a Bible verse that it bases that devotional around. So after I read that, I'll come here and read the Bible verse that goes with it. I have the app CoStar. Basically, if you guys hear anyone talking about their birth charts and rising moons, falling stars, all that complicated stuff, just more than knowing that you're a Gemini or a Leo, this app helps you know all of that stuff, especially if you know especially what time of day you were born. So I have it for this. I am not signed into that either. I just think it's cool, reading how my life is supposed to go, even though it doesn't always go how it says it does, but I don't know, it's nice to know. And then the last app I have in here is the Clock app, which I'm sure you guys know what that does. So the next folder I have is work, and that is pretty much everything that is business related to this whole creator lifestyle. I've got Gmail, and I've got 2,000 plus unopened emails. Like, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know I get called the wrong name at least once or twice a week, so I feel no point in opening those emails. And for the ones that I should be opening, I'll get to them eventually, I guess. I've got the YouTube app here, and I'm sure we all know. I'm sure we all know what that YouTube app is. This is the last thing that I searched for on YouTube. If you follow me on Twitter, then you know why, but let's just move on there. And then there is the Creator Studio app. If you are a YouTuber and you don't have this app, what are you doing with your life? It makes your life so much easier when it comes to engaging with your audience. Here you can see I see all of the comments that I get on my videos, and you can like them from here, you can heart them from here, you can comment, reply back to them on here, you can pin comments on here, and on the side you have your videos, your playlists, your analytics, so you can see how much you're making. You can edit your titles on here. I think I've heard you can edit thumbnails. I've never tried, so don't quote me on that. But you can do a lot from this here, so you don't have to go to the desktop version of YouTube to do all of that. So if you don't have this, download it right now. I have sub count here, which basically just tells you, which basically just tells you your current sub count for YouTube. Sometimes YouTube's a little lacking with updating it on the desktop. So if you are someone who is, counting down like a milestone and you want to know exactly when you hit it, this is nice for having that. I've got reminders. I actually don't use reminders for anything business related. The only reason I use reminders is to remind me to eat. Yeah, I gotta be reminded to eat throughout the day, so I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I just put it there. I've got the contacts app, and then I've got notes. I put everything in a planner, but I don't always bring the planner with me everywhere that I go, so if I have a video idea, or I need to take someone's information down, or, remind myself to email someone, I jot it down there in notes. And next is the folder I probably spend the most amount of time on in a day. It is my social folder. This is pretty much any app that deals with interacting with other people. So of course there's Instagram, what's my feed looking like if it's going to open. The area that I'm sitting in right now has the worst Wi-Fi, and it's weird because if I literally just walk over like 5 feet, it works perfectly fine over there. So some of them might act a little weird. There's IGTV, which I'm not, no one is going to get me to watch. Stories that I haven't watched here. There are some people that you guys can check out, if you are interested for new people on Instagram. And then this woman is just, I love this account. She's trying to travel to like every country in the world. So I love following her because one, her page is just beautiful to look at, and two, I think that's a cool thing there. So that's someone to follow on there. Cece's Closet, love my head wraps. And I mean, it wouldn't be a what's on my iPhone video if there wasn't a shameless plug for myself. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, go ahead and, check your girl out there. If you've seen other what's on my iPhone videos, then I was trash. And I kind of still am when it comes to posting on Instagram, but like 2 years ago, I was probably posting once a year. Now I post like once a week, so we're getting somewhere. All right, so I've got Pinterest, and I really only keep Pinterest as a inspiration app kind of thing. Really, I just have boards on there of furniture that I want for the house that I don't have. And that's motivating to me because when I do finally get that house, I can then already know what furniture I'm going to put in there. So that's why I've got Pinterest. There is a Twitter. Now, if you can't catch me on YouTube, then you will most likely find me on Twitter. Then again, nowadays Twitter's just draining, but there's Twitter. Okay, let's go to the timeline there. That's if anything, I should have been a little bit more cautious about opening my Twitter app because y'all don't know how to act for the people that I do follow on there. So I don't open it like all willy-nilly in public because I will open it and there will just, PG channel here. So let's just keep it pushing. And of course, there is my own profile. I just saw my name on there. If you follow on Twitter, then you understand that my username changes frequently, and you'll most likely understand the reference as to the username. But there is my Twitter, and oh, your girl just reached 8,000 followers on there. Okay, alrighty then, you learn something new every day. So there's Facebook. I'm not going to open it because I really only use Facebook to talk to the 2 people from high school that I still talk to, and then all my family members who are on Facebook. There's Snapchat. Does anybody still use Snapchat? Let me know in the comments down below if you still use Snapchat because I really only get on there to let you guys know when I post a new video, and that's pretty much it. There's WhatsApp. And I use that to communicate with my international family. I've got 2 nephews and a whole bunch of family in Haiti. And then there's FaceTime. I don't use FaceTime. I think the last time I used FaceTime, I was in college. But it's on the phone and it deals with interacting with people. So that's is why that's there. Okay, so this is the most important folder that I'm going to go over. It is my editing folder. These are all the apps that I use to help edit or create picture and video and just a whole bunch of other content, no matter what platform you're on. So of course there is the camera option first and the photos after that. There's Facetune, and I'm sure you all mostly know what Facetune is. So this is a thumbnail that I was editing the other day, and I don't go that hard in Facetune. At least I don't think I go that hard in Facetune. You see that little circle button right there? This is what the picture looked like before I did any editing. This is what it looked like after. So I usually just use it for smoothing and some whitening. So let's see. There's the detail option here. So if you watch that Sephora bag, if I wanted to make it stand out a little bit more, I could go over it. And you see how it looks, you know, more wrinkled there, but you see how it sticks out more than it did before. So here's the before, here's the after. So there's detail. You can blur on here. Where is that? Defocus. I know how to use it, thank you. And then there is blur. So if I wanted to blur all of this in the background, which my Twitter family is, yeah, I probably should have done for this thumbnail, but you live and you learn. So there's defocus, and that is pretty much the ins and outs of Facetune. I know Facetune 2, I believe, is what you can use to do a whole lot deeper editing. You know, I'm talking like some like reconstructional type editing on there. I don't have that one. I did download it, but I was just like, I don't feel like I need this. So I have this app here called Color Story, and I only keep this for one thing. If I'm going to post a picture on Instagram or Twitter and have a filter on it, it's only going to be one filter, and I get it from here. Okay, so I've got this picture here. Hit continue. No, thank you. Filters. Go to my favorites, and this is my favorite filter, and this is the only filter that I use on my pictures. It's called Ice Ice. I believe it's a free one, and I never use a filter at its full max, no matter what filter it is. So I'll usually bring it down to 40-ish. Yes, like it, hit save, and save that to my camera roll. If I'm not gonna do a filter, then I'll just pass over that, but you know, if I am, I'll use that. And then I'll come here into Visco, which I use to see how my Instagram feed is going to look. Don't mind these top pictures here. See how my Instagram feed is going to look, and there is one editing option that I use it for. So I'll come in here and put that editing feature onto my thumbnails, and then you can see like this is what your Instagram feed would look like if, you know, these are the way I posted these pictures onto Instagram. So if you have a theme on Instagram, this app is nice for that. And if you don't, and you're just weird like me, and you know that there are some pictures you don't like seeing next to each other, it just bothers you, this is nice for that as well. And the one editing feature that I use on here, let me go to that, which some of you have probably guessed is grain. If I am going to add it to a picture, I'll come over here, swipe there, and I only do like 1.5 or less, because some of y'all just be doing a little too much. Some of y'all post like this, and we're like, okay. So I only keep it at about 1.5 and call it a day. There are, actually, let me go back. There are a whole bunch of filters on here that you guys can choose from. The locks are obviously ones that you have to pay for. I don't think they're ever that crazy. But you do have options as well here, which I feel like a lot of people use Visco filters. All right, so next up there is Over, and I personally use PicMonkey to edit my thumbnails, but you have to pay for that. It's not cheap, and you know, for me it's worth it because I use it that frequently, but I can understand why it's not for other people, or why they just, you know, don't want to come out of pocket for that amount. So and I don't like the PicMonkey app that you can use on your phone. So if you do want to edit on your phone, or that's the only option that you have, or you know, because it is a free app, there's this app here called Over, and you can click on that. All right, go to create, and here go to transparent. Oh, my bad. So you'll see down here that they've got all these different sizes. It's kind of nice to know like what size photos you should be posting on what platforms for specific things. So if you want a landscape picture on Instagram, a portrait picture on Instagram, or just a regular size picture on Instagram, there are those options there. But scroll all the way down here, and then there's YouTube and YouTube thumbnail. No matter where you're creating your YouTube thumbnail, just know that it should always be 1280 by 720 for it to fit perfectly in the little YouTube frame for thumbnails. So click here to go with this size templates. All right, so I'm going to import these pictures here. All right, let's just go with it and say that that makes sense. As a thumbnail, then they've got text down here. Let's just, okay, makeup. And they've got different fonts that you can choose down here. And I'm pretty sure you can change the color of that as well. Size it, put that wherever you want. Except that. Graphics and shapes that you can add into there as well. And there you have it, a very easy thumbnail that then you can save onto your phone and upload onto the desktop when you are uploading your video. So next over I have Unfold, and basically it's an app for anyone who wants to be a really extra with their Instagram stories. I feel like, you know, if you are not a creator, then you don't care about this, you just kind of post and go. But as a creator, you know, you got to stand out, you got to get people to remember your name, your logo, all that other stuff. So that is why people use this. I was playing around with it and I was creating a template for my uploads. So I would use the same thing to let you guys know each time I upload on my Instagram story. So this is what this one currently looks like. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm doing an interesting video today. Alright, you guys get it. So basically how you make it is down here they've got all these different formats that you can choose from. This is CS1, CS2, I believe CS3 you have to pay for, and then they've got these two over here. I paid for this one, RP1, which is how I got the one that you're looking at on the screen. And you can create your entire Instagram story on here if you want to. Like you can, you know, it would save this entire thing. So you can look at it before you upload it, see how it's going to look, and then save it and put it on Instagram. And I've just been playing around with this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but you know, I'm seeing what's going on here. I'm thinking of making one for my uploads and then one for PR unboxings. I don't know, you guys will obviously see if you follow me on Instagram, but you guys see how it's doing guys, that little... Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm doing an... You guys saw how that little swipe up there is moving. Let's get into the next app so I can show you guys how I do that. So the next one is called Hype Type, and basically it's an app for writing on things, or so that your text is moving on your pictures or your videos, whichever one. So if you're wondering how I made what you just saw in Unfold, basically on PicMonkey with the size of an Instagram story, there I made this little picture here of my cartoon Too Much Mouth, and then brought it over here to Hype Type. So where it's saying double tap, you can just click on that, swipe up, save, and then down here they've got text, and they've got, you know, different ones that you can choose from. Some you do have to pay for. I think I'm currently going through a trial of this. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm not paying for this. But check whatever, you know, font that you want. Let's just say that for now. They've got different colors down here, and once you find something that you like, you save it, and now it's a video, and now it's going to, you know, show that text moving wherever you post it. So you can do this on pictures and you can do this on videos as well. And then the last thing I have in this folder is voice memos, and for any video that I'm not talking in, it's a voiceover. This is what I use to record my sound, and I feel like the best format for that I found is setting the phone down on something with a flat surface and then talking, so that it gets the best quality, and then I'll save it here, airdrop it onto my computer, and then import it to Final Cut Pro. So next I have money, and that's pretty, you know, I don't need to explain that. These are all the, but I'm going to explain it. These are all the, you know, banking and money institutions that I am involved with. Chase, PayPal, Discover. There's the calculator app in there to count my money or to figure out, you know, how I'm going to split my money to pay bills. And then there is the wallet app that I don't use. Let me know if you use the wallet app and if you feel like it's necessary to use. I've got the health folder over here, and I've got Clue. I've mentioned before that I'm not going to open Clue anymore in these videos because someone let me know that they could now track it's a period tracker if you didn't know what Clue is. Someone let me know that they can now track my period, and it's weird and it's unnecessary, fam. So let's just move on. Next up, I have LifeSum, and I really like this app. It's been helping me with my whole, nutritional hunt that I told you guys in the beginning of the year. I did slack off for a majority of the beginning of 2018. But recently, it was just like, you gotta stop playing with your life there, fam. So this app lets me know how many times I should be eating a day, like what I should be eating a day, what I should be focusing on, especially after telling it like your goal. If your goal is to lose weight, gain weight, build this, build that, any of that stuff. So it tells me, I need this breakfast, this snack, this lunch, this snack, this dinner, this snack, this, all of that stuff, how much water I should be taking in. I like that I can track all of that in this app, because there are some where you just track food and then you have to download another app to track water and all that other stuff. And you can track, your progress in here as well. And I think this even does fitness. So this is today. I haven't logged anything today. I have eaten, but I haven't logged anything today. But as you can see here, this is how much it says I should be having for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. I should be having a snack. I should be exercising 30 minutes a day, and then the water that I should be taking in. I plan on doing a video later, well, once I finally do reach that, goal weight on what I'm doing. I show some of it on Instagram story there. I think that said, does it say my, yeah, it says my goal weight right there, and I share some of it on Instagram stories right now, but I will do a video to, go into that deeper. Next to that, I have BodBot, which is a workout app, and I like it because it makes workouts for home and for the gym, so you can have the best of both worlds there. And I like that it's a workout app that's kind of tailored to you and goes at your pace. So yeah, it tells you, you're supposed to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but if you skip Wednesday and Friday, like, it's not just going to keep going and expecting you to keep up with the level of workouts that it's giving you. It'll be like, all right, so I see you skipped Wednesday, so for Friday, like, let's, you know what I'm saying? So I like that about this one. Do I have the premium version? I think I have the premium version of this, where it just gives even more workouts for you to choose from and stuff like that. And then there is the health app, which just tracks, steps, sleeping. And because I have things like, sleep cycle and LifeSum, it makes it easier to just automatically upload that health app. And I think they also take information from that app to theirs, if I'm not mistaken. So, next up I have lifestyle, and I just kind of throw anything that's like entertainment related in here. First, I have Memrise. Your girl's trying to learn Spanish. It's kind of like Duolingo, if you guys have ever tried that app. But what I like about this one is that it has the option to take pictures of what's around you. So, it's kind of nice to know, here's this makeup brush. I feel like a makeup brush isn't something that you would typically see them translating or teaching you how to say on other apps. So it's nice that you can take pictures of it and it'll tell you specifically, how to say it. And I also feel like if you travel frequently, that it's kind of nice that you can just whip out your phone and take a picture. And if you need to know how to tell someone, you're trying to get to that stop sign 2 blocks away, I don't know, you can take that picture, it'll tell you how to say it, and then you can just easily know how to say something in there. There's iTunes Store and the App Store. I feel like you get entertainment from there, so that's why I put it in here. There is the WWE Network. I let this be known a long time ago. I am a wrestling nerd. It's just something that I've been doing with my father and my brother since I was a child, so some things die hard. So I pay for it for the entire house to watch, and you can control your TV from the app, and you can also watch them in here. The funny thing is, I don't watch current wrestling. I watch Attitude Era wrestling, so I just watch the same matches over and over again, but that's fine with me because wrestling nowadays sucks. So there's that app there. Moving on, there's settings. I didn't know where else to put it, so it's there. And then I have Wattpad. I'm pretty sure this app has been in every What's on My iPhone video that I've done. If you don't know what it is, basically it's a app that people can write their novels on and other people read them. Some of them turn out, getting published, and wait, no. No, I'm not logged in. I haven't used it on this phone, so there's no point. So if any of you are Wattpad authors, let me know in the comments down below, and I'd love to check out your book, because I'm kind of tired of reading nothing but werewolf and mafia books on there. Okay, so I've got shopping. Really the only type of shopping I do on my phone is either makeup or clothing. I've got Ulta Beauty and Ebates. Looking at it, I feel like it should be Ebates then Ulta Beauty. I'm that critical when it comes to how the apps are on my phone, but Ulta, I'm sure you all know what that is. Ebates, if you are not using Ebates and you shop online, shop on your phone, or I'm pretty sure you can even shop in store with Ebates for some sites on there. Like, what are you doing? It's the easiest way to make money for something that you were going to do anyway. I'm sure you've seen a lot of sponsored videos on Ebates, but not like Ebates really is that girl. The checks that you, okay, so how it works is you'll go on Ebates. Am I logged in? I haven't done any shopping lately, so you'll go in. They've got all these sites here: Amazon, Macy's, JCPenney, Target, Sephora, Ulta, all that good stuff, and you'll click on it and it'll take you to that site's website, and you're going to shop on there like you would if you were just going, you know, straight to the site. And then each store has a percentage of cash back that it gives. Sephora loves to drop their percentage right around the time that the sales go on, but it's nice to get something back. And every, I think, what, 4 months? Every 3 months, you get a check in the mail. The checks aren't always going to be crazy. However, since the holiday season is coming, I would highly suggest you get on this now, because that check after the holiday season, that one's usually pretty nice. If you spend a lot during the holiday season, you know, you're buying gifts, you're buying food for all these events and all this other stuff, then that check is probably going to be nice. And for me, that check usually comes the day after my birthday, so I always look forward to that. Of course, there's Sephora, Fashion Nova with my unemployed ass, Pretty Little Things, Shein. Don't sleep in Shein. You know, I know it's kind of hit or miss on that site, but you know, sometimes they've got some credible stuff on there. Boohoo, Bloomingdale's, Saks, and Barney's. All right, there's a GrubHub. If you follow me on Twitter, then I just told a story about GrubHub last night. However, next to that is DoorDash, and if I had to pick one, it'd be GrubHub, because I've never, ever had a pleasant experience with DoorDash. And the only reason I still use it and I still order from there is because with DoorDash, it's kind of like Uber, where people sign up to use their cars to deliver the food from the restaurant to whoever's home. So they just kind of find a driver around them. And that, I feel like, is kind of the problem that takes so long with DoorDash and all the other issues that DoorDash has. But because they have that option, then they have more restaurants for you to choose from, more popular ones. You know, they've got Chipotle, Burger King, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, whereas GrubHub is more restaurants. Well, I live in Long Island, so it's more so, you know, Italian, Mediterranean, it's more so those type of restaurants. So the choices that you have on GrubHub are lacking, but it's just an easier experience through GrubHub, which is why I continue to use it. All right, so I've got music. I am an Apple Music girl. I did have Spotify, but I just got irritated with it. So I was just like, you know what? It comes with a phone. Well, you have to pay for Apple Music, but the app comes with a phone. It's already there. You know, just go with that. So, of course, this is what kept me up until 3 o'clock in the morning. I was listening to this album here. I was actually listening to this song here. This is the best one on the album. Let me not play that because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So let's just move right on there. And then I have SoundCloud. And SoundCloud is the app that I use to find a lot of the copyrighted music, well, copyright-free music. So for my creators out there, if you are looking for music to use in your videos on YouTube or Instagram, because Instagram be trying it nowadays. Like, you can't even go on Instagram Live and play music without them kicking you off because you're playing copyrighted music. So, SoundCloud is where you can find a lot of people who just post their music on there, hoping that you'll use it for free so that they can get some exposure. That's where I find a lot of my Halloween music, so there's that. Okay, so I sure do have a games folder on my phone. There are only 2 on there. I've got Temple Run. I'm sure you all know how Temple Run works. I have been playing Temple Run since I was a junior in high school. Junior or senior in high school. Let it be known that it's going on like 3 years since I've been a graduate from college. but I've been playing this since I was a junior in high school. I just can't let this game go. So there's Temple Run, and then this is my favorite game, like ever. I play this every single day. Judge me if you want to, don't care. It's called Castle Crush, and you know where when you play games, other games, and they've got like diamonds, or let me turn that sound down. They've got diamonds or stars, and they cost real money, and you don't want to pay real money, so they're like, oh, download this app and you'll get this amount of free stars, or you know, sign up for this trial or something like that. So that's how I found this game. I absolutely love this one if you're a competitive person and you know, you want something to kill the time, especially, you know, since you guys know I have that 3-hour commute anytime I go to the city. I would certainly recommend that one. But all right, so we've got the 2 folders that are pretty useless, but you know, they're there. I didn't even finish spelling this one out, but we've got utilities, and in that one I keep the ones that could someday be useful. Like Find My iPhone, that new measuring app that people have been playing around with, files, clips, I think the Apple Store is in there, all of that stuff. And then I just have that one where like you see the user, the folder name there. I'm never gonna use any of the stuff that's in here. Keynote, Pages, Podcast, Stocks, GarageBand, iTunes, I'm never using that. So that is why that is there, and that is why it is titled as such. And then the only other things that I have on my phone are the calendar, which needs to be right there because I never know what day it is. I sometimes don't even know what month it is. So when I open my phone, it's the first thing I can see. There is Safari, there is the phone message voicemail tracker app there, and then there are text messages, which I only have 8 unread ones, which for me is pretty good, because if you know me, then you know it takes about 3 to 5 business days for me to respond. So that is it for this video. Sorry I'm sitting like this, but my back is really killing me. I really need a new filming chair. I hope I brought you guys some useful apps on here, some interesting ones that you want to check out, some fun ones, anything like that. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys have on your phones. I like videos like what's on my iPhone, what's in my purse, because it's just kind of a chance to be nosy, you know, share what you might have in your purse or your phones. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys have on your phone that you think I should have on mine. And yeah, make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.